Let us look at some helpful digital tools that you can use to create compelling and interesting surveys. They include the Google Forms. So you can use the Google Form. It's very, very simple to use. It is free and great for students because you don't have to pay using it. If you want to learn about the use of Google Forms for creating questionnaire, you can watch this video that pops up right now on top to learn how to do that. And then I also drop the link down the video description box below. You can also use the Survey Monkey. This offers more features, and it can also allow you to do some customizations. Then you can also use the Microsoft Forms. This integrates easily. You have the Quadrix. So these survey tools, they are quite powerful. What you need to do is when you are done creating the survey, you simply share the links, okay? The link to the survey, you can share them on your respondents' WhatsApp lines. You can share them on groups, WhatsApp groups. You can attach the form, the link to the form to your respondents' email addresses. You can also share the links on social media, and people who are interested in responding to your questionnaire will actually see this and then respond to your questionnaire. So let us review some best practices for crafting effective questionnaire. I always advocate that researchers keep their item statements short or their questions short. In most cases, you see people designing questionnaire and you have up to 15 to 20 item statements. I always encourage students or researchers to reduce the item statement because when you have smaller, well-designed question or questionnaire items, it is better than when you have up to 20. And then the downside of having more questionnaire, more item statements measuring one variable in a questionnaire is that people will soon get bored. Your respondents will, when they tick the first, the second, the third, the fourth, the fifth, the sixth, they will get bored and will stop responding to your questionnaire. So you want to keep them simple so that they will think about them and then respond appropriately to the ones that apply most to them. Okay, so I would recommend anything between 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10, maybe maximum of 10. Okay, maximum of them. Do not allow your item statements to go beyond 10 items because honestly, by the time your respondents mark the 7th, the 8th, I can assure you that the 9th and the 10th item statement will not really come from there. They will just mark them just to move to the next one. So there's no point. Okay, then use clear and direct language. Write questions the way people actually speak. Avoid tricky wordings, double negatives, or complicated grammar. For example, instead of asking, "Don't you disagree that?" just ask, "Do you agree or disagree?" Okay? And another best practice is group similar questions together. This makes the survey flow smoothly. If I want to investigate students' learning engagement, if I want to measure, for example, agentic engagement and behavioral engagement, I will have to create the questionnaire such that the item statements measuring agentic behavior will be grouped together. Those measuring behavioral will also be grouped together so that it allows the respondents to have a free flow responding to your questionnaire. Lastly, and most importantly, always pilot test your survey. Okay? Give it to some few persons and let them go through the questions and make sure that they understand them before you can apply the survey to the main people you want to survey. So this small step can save you from big mistakes later. Now, let us look at how to fix a bad survey question. Here is an example of a bad question. How often do you study and play sports? Asking people two questions at the same time. So let us analyze the question here. The problem is that It is actually two questions in one. Some people may study often but place sports rarely. So, how do they answer? Someone like me that hardly plays sports, but I read a lot. How am I going to answer these two things together? Here is how to fix it. Question one: how many hours per week do you spend studying? Question two: how many hours per week do you spend playing sports? So you need to separate both of them. So you can see that by splitting them into two, they are clear. They are much easier for you, for the respondents to respond to, and then your data will become much more accurate when you are done collecting your data, okay, or when you analyze your data. So let me do a recap of what I have explained so far. The bottom line here is that a very bad survey will definitely produce bad data and is going to produce bad results. Okay, so ensure you create clear questionnaire and keep them focused, and design questionnaire with your audience in mind. Make sure you know the people who will respond to your questionnaire. Make sure you know these particular individuals, where they are, whether they are the work, whether they are people in a workplace, whether they are business owners, whether they are students, whether they are employees. You must know the people you're designing your questionnaire for. When this is clearer to you, then you will know the right item statement that will be contained in the questionnaire you are going to create. Then lastly, remember, keep your purpose in focus, choose the right question types, use digital tools wisely, and always test your survey before sharing it. I hope you find this video helpful.